I am crazy excited. I think we'll be able to get a lot of work done with this. I mean, look at this, pile after pile after pile to just kind of protect the root cellar and the dome, so nothing like this happens again. But then the tractor really started having an issue. Hopefully we can get this figured out. Well, would you look at this? Woo! I know what you're thinking. Did they go out and buy a new tractor? No. But a neighbor of ours was absolutely nice enough to let us use this thing. I am crazy excited. I think we'll be able to get a lot of work done with this. Now, we can't use this to fix the root cellar. It won't reach down that far, and it's kind of at an awkward position, all the stuff we need to dig out. But what this can do is allow us to do a lot of the earthworks that we wanted to do to just kind of protect the root cellar and the dome from any more rain that would come. So I think this is going to be a big help. I think we're going to be able to get a lot of work done, and I'm excited to put this thing into action. Let's do it, y'all. Uh-oh. Yuvi's hearing the coyotes. Yeah, they're out there and they're close. Yuvi, you hear them coyotes? You hear them coyotes, girl? Let's start this up and give it a whirl. So I probably need some more work. It's gonna take a little bit of practice to get used to the controls, but I think I'm almost there. I used to drive a forklift back in the day, so I got experience operating some machinery. But I think this will be a big help around here. Obviously I got to move all those rocks. I'm going to do some earthworks back there, so I'm going to get all those rocks out of the way, and then I can start moving some earth, y'all. You like that, huh, buddy? You like that? Is he gonna climb inside? So with that scoop, that was the last load of rocks to move from that area. There's still some scraps here and there. There's still a bunch of like small little rocks. I ain't gonna pick up every little rock that's over there. That would take forever, even with the tractor. Waste of time. But I got everything big out of the way, everything that's important. Got that all pulled out, put into nice neat piles. It's looking good. Now I'm gonna head out there and do some marking, some measuring, and I'm gonna put in a series of basins and ditches to help keep water from getting too close to either of our foundations, so the root cellar and the dome. As long as I have this tractor, I'm gonna make excellent use out of it as much as I can. So I'm out here, basically I'm planning some earthworks. I'm gonna be installing a bunch of basins. This one right here will be the first basin and actually be where the gray water runs from like the kitchen and bathroom. Eva loves her chair. Oh, you didn't have to get up. You didn't have to get up. All right, so now that I've gotten all my basins marked out, let me take you around and let me kind of show you what's going on. Now the beautiful part is it's already begun. The first basin will be the basin over here for my mom's chase tree. Already constructed, doing well, and we're just going to continue that on down the line. Oh, UV's water in the first basin. So each basin will be about 20 feet in diameter, and there'll be about 10 feet in between them. The second basin of the 5 will be just north of the dome. 10 feet from that will be the next basin, which will actually be just north of the root cellar. This will be on the northeast corner. Then another trench or spillway, and this will be just east of the root cellar, which we'll also use for gray water from the second dome. So I'll dig these basins from the trenches, and I'll use some of the excess material to kind of grade the area around the dome and the root cellar, and I think this will provide long-lasting rain protection on the vulnerable sides of the build. And you can see how wildly successful the first basin is doing. Look at it. It's just beautiful. Crew's getting to see the cows. Alright, I'm in the midst of digging out the first of the basins. Man, this thing is huge. But we're going super wide with these. It'll give extra water storage. Once we plant these trees, it'll give them room to expand. And I think it'll provide excellent protection for both of these buildings, making sure water doesn't get in here like the last time. So I'm just still working on the first basin, but I'm really digging in there. I'm really getting the hang of the controls. And so I got a lot more to go, but I'm getting the hang of it. And I think the rest of these will go a lot faster. Yuvi's come out here to help me dig my basin. She's doing an excellent job. Thanks for your help, Yuvi. Good morning. It's bright and early out here. Dogs are walked, chores are done, and it's time to get back to digging. I have got the first basin basically dug out. The only way I can get the rest of that basin dug out is if I bring the tractor all the way around, and I might as well dig out the rest of the basins and then just kind of like move along in a path. No sense bringing it all the way around, then bringing it all the way back. So I'm going to start the next basin. Hopefully this goes fairly quick, and I got 3 more to go, and I probably can't hang on to this tractor forever as much as I would like. All right, y'all, I gotta get started. morning, Yuvi. Good morning. She's already been helping me dig, though. She's already been helping me dig, haven't you? You want to go for a walk with me? Oh, at least say excuse me. Come on, let's go for a walk with Daddy. So, I am making a really good progress with the basins. I have 2 dug and a third almost. I got maybe half, maybe a little less, but I'm almost there. It's crazy how fast it's been going with the tractor, and just thinking how long this would have taken me by hand. It would have just taken forever, probably taken to the next monsoon season. Yeah, but I got half of this third one done, then one more, and I should be good to go. But man, look at these piles of dirt. It's crazy. But all that dirt will get used to kind of mound up here and build up this area around the root cellar. So around the root cellar and around the dome. So nothing like this happens again. I don't know if you've seen it, but look how the other basin's done. This is the first basin we installed just before the monsoon rains really hit, and it's just doing amazing. Of course, my mom's chase tree is right there in the middle, and we got to do some weeding. It's almost buried in all the other plants. I'm almost done with the third basin. I just have a little bit left, but then the tractor really started having an issue digging into the ground over here. But I contacted my neighbor to see what he thinks. Hopefully we can get this figured out, because I'm so close to being done. I just got a little bit here and then one more basin. I could finish this off today if I figure out what's going on with the backhoe. Actually, I've made a lot of progress. I got about half of this done, almost half, pretty close, and it's looking pretty good. Basically, I got to keep the forks of this shovel clean. It gets all gunked up like that, and then it hardens, and then I literally had to take a hammer and a chisel and get that stuff off in order for me to start digging again. So it held me up a little bit, but now that I got that clean, I was ready to go and just dig away. So I'm going to finish up this 4th and final basin. It might take me the rest of the day. Finish up that last one, and then I should be able to return this thing. I was just thinking, man, if I had done all this by hand, I don't even know how long this would take me. It'd probably taken me forever. I mean, look at this. Pile after pile after pile. This tractor has definitely helped out immensely. Probably a month's worth of work right here or more in about a week. I don't know how many of you know this or not, but I have spent years working forklifts, and not just regular forklifts, sometimes even double forklifts. And I was you pick up 2 pallets at a time and move them around. So I really think that's prepared me for working with the tractor and the backhoe. It just feels like second nature to me almost. Good morning. So I've already been out here, I've already been working, and I finished the 4th basin. Very exciting. Look at it in all of its glory. So before I'm technically done, I gotta swing this around and just kind of finish off that first one, and then we'll be good to go. Also, before I do that, I wanna see if I can move this pile and see if I can push it with the tractor over to that area by the root cellar. But that area is probably one of the most sunken areas, which I think is like basically the cause of that root cellar collapse. So much water just kind of funneled through that area. So if I can get a bunch of dirt in there, fill that up, I think that would be advantageous for any future rains. All right, well, that's good enough for now. I was getting dangerously close to that IBC tote, and I didn't want to like possibly nudge that and then mess with the pipe that's going up to the eaves. I don't want to start some kind of nasty chain reaction. I'm going to bring the tractor around, finish up that first basin, and we should be good. We should be well on our way to not only protecting our foundations, but growing some more trees. What'd you think of having the tractor out here?
It was kind of cool. It's nice being able to get a lot of work done more quickly.
Well, I'll tell you that. Usually I'm out here digging by hand. All of this would have probably taken a month or longer.
And it might have killed your back.
So it was really cool of our neighbor to let us use that. So yeah, a lot of people have been talking about us putting swales in.
What a swale is a trench and a berm. In our case, and we did another video about this, we decided to go with the basins. I think that works well for our climate and kind of for our plans here on the property.
Also, as well as the gentle slope.
And the basins do really well for that type of land. The berms and basins aren't that different from a swale, really. It's just a different kind of configuration.
When you're talking about earthworks, there's some kind of combination of basins and berms. Well, so this is the start. Obviously, I'm just not gonna leave big holes in the ground with big piles of dirt. Now that I got the heavy work with the machine done, I'm gonna go and kind of go in by hand and kind of shape some of these basins a little bit better. Also, move some of this dirt around, so I'm kind of grading around the root cellar and around the dome, and I think we'll be a lot better off. Still more work to come with the basins, with the infiltration basins. These things are mighty. I mean, 20 feet wide in diameter, so they can hold a lot of water.
Yeah, I think that'll set us up really well for managing any kind of overflow that we have coming off the dome, or if we want to do some kind of gray water system, or for runoff off of the land. And it will help us grow some trees and some other plants.
So definitely let us know if you guys have some tree suggestions. We got some open spots now. I'm excited about this project. It's coming along real nice. So stay tuned, because I got a lot of work on the root cellar. I got to pull those boards off. I got to get those bags protected. And I got so much dirt to move around here. So stay tuned. And you've been busy working on the top of that dome. Slowly but surely, it's coming along.